The Brooks Adrenaline GTS 25 and the ASICS Gel-Kayano 32 are two of the most popular max stability shoes in the market, but they feel completely different underfoot and they provide different types of stability. So for instance, with the Gel-Kayano 32, we've got 40 mils of cushioning in the rear foot, 32 in the forefoot, giving you an 8 mil drop. Now it has FF Blast Eco Plus cushioning, which is really soft, really plush, so it's a really comfortable feel underneath your foot. Whereas the Adrenaline GTS 25 had a big makeover from the 24, it has still the DNA Loft V3 midsole, which is much firmer, much more balanced, so you feel that initial contact a little bit harder than you do in the Kayano 32. It also has less cushioning underneath your foot, with 37 mils in the rear foot, 27 in the forefoot, giving you a 10 mil difference from the back to the front of the shoe. So that's a 2 mil higher drop than what we see in the Kayano. It's also 11 grams lighter, coming in at 289 grams versus 300 grams in the Gel-Kayano 32. Now, not only is the cushioning different in terms of how it feels, but also how they provide stability. So in the Kayano, we've got the 4D guidance system. So that's the arch support underneath the middle of your foot. We've got a broad-based support, sole float where the sole comes out wider than where your foot sits in the shoe, to increase the stability, and you've got large sidewalls on the inside and the outside of the shoe, all focused on keeping you centered in the shoe as you move, while also providing some form of arch support to help control those pronation moments. In contrast to that, Brooks have their classic go-to support system. So we have the striped lines on the inside here, so it provides denser cushioning and more support on the heel and the midfoot, rather than just in the arch as we see in the Kayano. Then we have a broad-based support as well, but it's not as wide in the forefoot as what we see in the Kayano, so that's important to note if you need more stability in the forefoot. It also has some sidewalls on the inside and outside of the heel, but not as pronounced as what we see in the Kayano 32. So when it comes to stability, they provide it in different ways. It feels different, but also the fit is different as well. So we've got a relatively wide fit in the Kayano 32, but the GTS 25 saw an upgrade in the upper on it, so it now has a wider upper than what we see in the Kayano 32, whereas the GTS 24 was actually narrower. So we've got more space in there for your toes to display. Brooks, as always, is a true to size and length. It's got a nice breathable upper, which it didn't have before, and it has a nice sock liner, external pull-on tab, and lots of cushioning around the heel. And when we think about their use cases, well, they're perfect shoes for lifestyle use, standing all day, walking for long periods of time. Just keep in mind the high drop on the Adrenaline, which is 2 mils lower than the GTS 24. It's still 10 mils and it will offload your Achilles, but puts extra pressure on the forefoot if you're someone who gets sensitivity there. Slightly lower again in the Gel-Kayano 32 at 8 mils, so that will give a slightly more even distribution of pressure across your foot. When it comes to running, well, you've got that softer, more plush cushioning in the Gel-Kayano 32, so it's better for more recovery run miles, easy run miles, so it really feels nice and soft and comfortable underfoot. Whereas the Adrenaline GTS 25 is a lot firmer underfoot. It doesn't have much bounce or much spring to it, so it's a very kind of steady, classic shoe. Some people might say it's a little bit boring underfoot, but it does exactly what it says on the tin in terms of being a very reliable stability shoe. In terms of how much stability, well, I think you'll get more to moderate to max stability in the Kayano 32, more to mild to moderate in the Adrenaline GTS 25. If you want more max stability in the Brooks range, you might look towards the Brooks Glycerin GTS 22, and we have a comparison review between the two shoes if you want to check that out as well. Otherwise, if you have any questions on them, drop in the comment section below. We've got links to both shoes in the description if you want to check out the latest price on Amazon, as there's often good offers on them. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching.